Whoa. Always the orange, purple trucks. All right, ready? Yeah, let's just kind of walk it through. There, now you're on some grip. Should be able to ride it from there. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes with snow bike though, you just got to be heavy on the throttle. But yeah, like you're saying, once the oil warms up. All right, we're off. All right, supposed to meet up with another guy, and we should be rolling 4 deep. Cool cabins in here. Snowpacks up this direction is some of the best I've seen in a long time. Usually this is the deepest here, but it's pretty deep farther up there. Alright. Nice riding with a couple new guys. Have cabins up here. Good. Left us a few spots. Oh yeah, snow's pretty good in here. Someone's been brapping with a snow bike in here yesterday. Alright, we've met up with our tour guide. Actually, the snow feels a lot better than a couple days ago. I think it got stayed cold up here, and we had this fog. Preserving the powder. Sun really didn't hit it too long yesterday. That actually feels really good. I think the other day it was still coming off that warm spell, and so that melt freeze layer was allowing me to kind of punch through and make it difficult. So when you get it cold enough for a few nights, it kind of really firms up everything underneath. So this little bit of new powder on top makes it feel very nice and responsive. Yeah, the snow is nice and kind of forgiving because we got about, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches of new on top of a firm base. Firm enough you can stick a foot down, which is one of those things. All right, here he comes. So these are the kind of days where you can kind of go slow. Tricky in these trees though. It's the days when it's really deep and you can't put a foot down reliably. That's when you got to be really precise in the trees, because you can't just stop. All right, I've been out here many times on a mountain bike. Over to a sweet spot. I think I've only been out here once on a snow bike. I've had some good times mountain biking from here until they took out the bridge. I think they got a new one in though. I come back this summer, ride my trials bike down there. Water holes around the meadow. The campground right off the edge of this. Seen an old YouTube video of people racing out in that meadow. Yep. There's a water hole. So I'm out with the colleague on the right there with his new setup. Fresh into snow biking, loving it. Guess we're going into the woods right there. Missing some shifts. Yes, the tour guide is taking us into some nice fresh stuff. No one's been in here yet. By the lack of the tracks, I don't think many people come in here, period. Well, I really wish the whole industry, snow machine industry, would just get on board with tracking systems for everyone, like the Polaris rideshare Trail Tech setup. Just from a safety standpoint, I mean, everyone's crazy about pushing beacons, and it's probably much safer if we'd all get on board with having a tracking system, so you always know if someone's stopped or what the problem is. Oh, I got some big tree wells in here. Usually that's an indication of a lot of melting and freezing. last few years the tree wells haven't really opened up too much. But around here right now, in certain places, I'm seeing some decent tree wells. And that usually happens about this time of year, though. Not sure if it shows so much in the camera, but my last ride I was talking about how much I use my legs, especially off to the side. And this kind of snow here, anytime you have loose snow, you can really, you can see there, you can kind of stick your leg way out there and use it as a nice one. Use it to pivot. I'd call it a drag pivot. It's almost like having an emergency brake out there. I got really long legs though. Ooh, for my height, especially. I'm just 6 foot tall, but got really long legs, so I tend to use that to my advantage. That's why my bike sits up so high too. Everyone that gets on this is like, how do you ride like that? They can't even climb on top of it. But when you get in that deep powder and stuff too, it keeps you sitting up higher. I don't know, it just makes it work. I don't have a problem getting on it, but I can definitely see why Timber Sled was smart to go with the S models and lower things down. Most riders need that. When you're dragging your feet around all day though, they get cold. That's why I run insoles, heated insoles. I never had that problem with snowmobiling, jumping around all the time, but you're just I'm dangling my feet in the snow all the time. I just get cold. But I kind of have bad circulation in my extremities because they're so far away from my heart. So that's why I go heated everything, heated gloves, heated insoles. This year I went to a wireless, the ones that have the battery right inside of the insole. Seems to be working all right. Tree spacing's pretty good up here. Up here in the blues, usually you can get those more mature trees. Riding those is a lot more fun than these smaller ones with the branches all hanging out to the sides. Getting those nice old growth forests. Sometimes in these kind of spots is where I use that foot pivot I was talking about. Yeah, my colleague's doing awesome. There's some tricky little stuff going through. Yeah, it's nice riding with old people like me compared to the young kids in that, like, it's a little more just slow and relaxing. It sure is fun being terrified too. We're riding with the crazies, young kids. As you probably can tell from videos, I'm pretty methodical about the way I ride. Uh-oh, you hit a wall, looks like. Getting rowdy. Bigger forest up here. A logging pile I'm on. Ooh, there's some big log piles up there. Exposed logs. I'm missing some shifts. I don't know what's going on. Am I getting it? That's what I'm talking about with that more mature forest right here. Well, they have logged it, but this is sweet. I don't think I've ever been in this spot. There's a big old canyon over here with the river in it, so that's why we're hitting the fog now, coming out of this canyon. Some shrapnel poking out around here. and that's why they call these a timber sled. We're all together, nice. This is my new friend here. He's on a mountaintop. The brand new kit this year that's getting all kinds of reviews, great reviews. Breaking the bank. Ski still seems to be an issue on those mountaintops. You see people throwing Prios on there and Air Pros despite the claim that you don't need them. Seems like ski isn't initiating a turn good enough.